Yes, I did. I did drop out of university to do YouTube full time. And honestly, that was the toughest decision of my life. My parents didn't know about it, they had no idea. I just told them, hey, I'm just switching universities. Okay, I'm just gonna switch from this place to the next one. It's closer to home, you know. And so I gave them a little, yeah, I lied. I simply lied. Yeah. But that was a decision that I made for me, for myself. Like, I was in the university looking at my dreams, at my plan, what I wanted to do, and I was kind of doing what I think society wanted me to do. It wasn't really for me, it was more, yeah, I'm doing the right thing, I'm going the safe route, I'm studying to get this bachelor's degree, and yeah, my parents will be happy. Society will feel like, this guy's been a responsible guy, he's, you know, dancing the way he should. But innerly, I was, I was experiencing for the first time what I think people say when they say that they are maybe depressed. I don't really like. I'm not someone that really likes to label things, in a way like depression and whatnot. But I just feel like sometimes has good times and bad times. But I think that is what people say when they mean that they experience that they're experiencing depression in life, when they just find themselves in a place where they are doing everything but what they want to do, and over times that eats you up. It eats you up. I was just like, I'm done. I'd rather simply be a bit more a happy living human, doing what he loves, what his calling is telling him to do, unsuccessfully, than be here. Than be here having given the impression that life is Gucci, or that life is nice. Meanwhile, I'm just like dying inside. And before that, I had been like, trying YouTube, like, doing a little bit, stopping, doing a little bit, stopping. And I finally listened to myself, and I said, hey, I'm gonna simply put all the time that I would normally, put into studying into videos, which means every day I wake up, I have a goal very clear. I have to shoot, and I have to edit, and it just gonna be the same like me going to the library and learning for hours on end for the next for the next test, for the next exam. And my goal was clear, was very clear. I'm gonna make this happen, I'm gonna make this work. So I had about 6 months time to make it work, because I had a little budget for the next 6 months. And I was like, yeah, this is it. I have burned the bridges. I am not more in the university. I have moved out. I am now in this new city, and it must work. There is no way out. There is no way to back. I mean, I can't go back. I can go back. There is no way I'm going back. And I just started making these videos. Sometimes there was snow, I didn't care. I'll go out and shoot these videos. Sometimes there was rain, I wouldn't care. I'll just be out there shooting. And it just may have looked like this guy's going maybe insane. What is he doing? But my life literally depended on it. I had to make it work. And I was making these videos, and sometimes sometimes I would have some serious discussions with people that love me. Like, hey man, certain things isn't just for everyone, man. Certain things, yeah, like sometimes you just have to like accept that certain things isn't for everyone, and it was coming from a love. And those were messages well meant, coming from a loving and caring place. But where I was, I felt like I had been through worse. I had experienced worse. I had experienced what it is to be imprisoned by your own self. And right now, although it may look like I am maybe wasting time to most of y'all, and you are right, since you're messaging from a good place, I see what you're saying there, but best believe I'm a lot happier doing this, and I feel alive doing this. And that could be for someone else, maybe like being in a job that they really absolutely hate, and of course sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get by. But it was to me literally like, a decision of sanity and insanity, in a sense. It was that deep. So to me, even though the videos weren't performing at all, the views were low, when you YouTube, when you just like, are uploading and you see like this 100 views, 200 views sometimes, or even less, or you are like maybe on 1,000 views, and months were going by and I was like sometimes seeing like 2,000 views. Damn, 2,000 views. Like I have to make sure that by the end of these 6 months I can pay my rent. What is 2,000 views gonna do? Damn. And I'm gonna definitely let you know in the end how it worked out. I think you can kind of guess if I'm already sitting here and talking about this. This is one of my channels to help you guys grow on YouTube, and I feel like it's very important to give these real messages of real experience, because sometimes you may feel like when a YouTuber is just sitting there and talking about, hey, how to grow on YouTube, and this is my channel, or this is one of my channels, on something like that, you may feel like, oh, now it's easy. It must be easy. Now, you've already made it. Like it must be easy. You've already kind of like succeeded in a sense in that niche, so it must be so easy for you. But it's mostly a highlight reel, and I want you guys to understand that wherever you're at, we may have not been in the same situation exactly, but the difficulties, the thoughts you are going through, and the doubts you are going through, man, been there multiple times, and it's never good to be there, definitely. But if I'm sitting here talking, you can tell you need to keep on moving, keep moving forward. As long as it's your calling, it's your calling. Keep doing that. Now, after 5 months, my goodness, I was looking at my best video. It had like maybe 5,000 views. I was like, gosh, I'm cooked. This is the last month. And for 5 months, since I committed to YouTube full time, this is my best video, 5,000 views, and the other videos are just simply there, not really doing anything. And then during the last month, my 6th month, after I actually committed to YouTube full time, goddamn, one video blew up. And it changed everything for me. Like all of a sudden, it felt like overnight my channel just like took a different turn, and I just felt like, thank God. I was just so relieved because I could pay the next month's rent. And it just felt like in the last second I was being rewarded for just committing, for just keep on pushing and giving my best every single day, no matter what. Even though all the signs didn't look good, I just kept pushing that. I just felt like for the first time I'm being rewarded for just committing, for just believing, for actually living by faith, because that's the thing. In that stage, you are going through life by faith. Like, not the science doesn't show you anything like it's gonna work out. It's pretty much like you are being so delusional that all you got is your faith, man. And even that faith is being it's been tested. It's been tested, because when you're talking with people, loved ones or not, you just being tested. Like even the comments testing you, like, just stop, stop, let it be, it's not for you. So it's like the only thing you got is your faith. So that's why in a phase like that, you can't you really can't afford to lose your faith, because that's all you got. That's literally all you got. There is no way back. All you got is your faith. And you can afford to lose it. I'm gonna switch a bit over and show you guys the channel I was building at the time. Let me switch to recording mode so you can see the channel right now and see the full history a bit of the channel. Now you can see a bit the channel has over 41,000 subscribers and over 44 million views, and had made about 82,000 something euros, or let's say could be like 83 or 84,000 dollars if you were to convert. And you can see the time I was talking about was mainly pretty much between 2018. Like, that's the year I said enough is enough, and I started going all in. And you can even see, guys, like, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, you can even see, guys, damn, this I think this is the year, this is the time where I felt like, oh my goodness, the biggest relief, like, that's from here somewhere. Anyways, guys, just to let you know, no matter how difficult it may be in times like this, stay consistent. And I'm not gonna encourage anyone to go the risk I did. I mean, I think those that take the craziest risks sometimes in life, the risk takers that are like sometimes nuts like me, because I keep doing this. I keep doing this type of crazy risk. It may be good, or it may be bad. I don't know, but that's just how I am, and I'm also learning how to mitigate my risk in a better way, like in a way that I don't feel like, I don't know, sometimes, I mean, everyone is different. Like, to me, I just understand that, when I take this crazy amount of risk and just go all in my head, I am doing the best thing that I could do. I'm doing the most logical best thing to me. It may seem unlogical or illogical or stupid from the outside, but to me, it's the best decision that I could do for myself in the moment. And the risk of doing something else, to me, is a lot worse than me taking that risk. Can I get it? I don't know, but it's not for everyone. So you can find ways, maybe to like to give your dream a try with your YouTube or with your online career or whatever you're trying to build online, while still stay in a place where there is a bit of like, I have like something, a backup. You must not quit your job. You must not quit university full and just go. You could still like, you can still like do in a way that, that it's not like all in or nothing, literally all in or nothing, like I've done many times, and like I do still in different ways as my business grows. I keep on taking these crazy bets, these big bets on my level. But I think the person that does that also has the mindset to live through it. The person has the mindset. The person is the person that can live through it, because in the person's head, the risk is not that high. Like, the pain that they would have to go through taking those risks is still a lot better than the situation they found themselves in. So that is my story. And for the next months afterwards, you can tell. Let me hold this thing. This means nothing right now because YouTube has changed, but this was to me like, this was like my bachelor's degree in the time. I just felt like, wow, we have 100,000 subscribers and we have actually made it in a way that we wanted. Like, we've made it in a way that we got the bachelor's degree that we wanted. I mean, I got the degree that I wanted. It was this one. I didn't want the other one, from the university. I wanted this one. This is what I wanted. And crazy time, crazy story. And I understand why some people say that the story is also very important. Like the the more difficult the story, the more difficult the hardships you go through, the sweeter the story. Like when you talk about these moments and you feel like you feel you feel alive, yeah, because you're talking about what you've lived through. You know, you're talking about your moments, and they are priceless because these are things that I'm gonna definitely tell my kids. I'm gonna tell for many times, and that's what I actually like think sometimes about myself when I'm going through a certain difficult time. That oh, hey, don't forget, once this is over, and it will be over, you will have this amazing piece of story to tell. It's just a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor. And so, with that being said, guys, YouTube is now actually a bit easier than before in terms of that the barrier of entry is very low. You all have smartphones. You have like anything you could ever need to start a YouTube channel. You can have it now very easy. You can now edit very fast. You have applications like CapCut. You have now things that can help you script better. Like have all these AIs with that can help you write your scripts better. And you also have the algorithm that is also now a bit more chill, more let's say it's a bit more fair in the sense that just because you're a big YouTuber doesn't mean that you're gonna be blowing up on everybody's feed because you're just big. Now it's like they've created some space to also like push small channels and help them find their audience. So it means that you can be talking about whatever and just staying consistent about whatever you're talking about, and over time the algorithm will actually find an audience for your story, for your videos, for your niche. So that's why it's actually one of the best times ever to actually be consistent. And even more so, YouTube also thinks long term. So that means they are creating this space for new YouTubers to emerge because they also understand that the bigger ones that have been there for many years, at a certain point, they might stop. They may stop, they may stop. They may be less motivated, whatever can happen. So YouTube won't just simply, bet on a small hand of top YouTubers, but they will actually be better off if they help everyone find their voice in their space. So it's actually a good time to actually commit because you can find your space. And what I will say actually made me have to stop YouTube and then restart. It's just that I didn't really build my YouTube business like a business. I just built it more based on me having to make views pay everything for me, just pretty much AdSense and sponsorships. That's something that actually made me at a certain point have to stop again, because I was like, hey, yes, I've kind of make it to multiple millions of views regularly, and now I find myself just in a position where I'm not really feeling like I built a business. I just built a marketing engine that I don't even know how to use, in a sense. So I had to take some steps back, take some years off, while I was consulting big companies, while I was helping very, very big companies, like massive companies such as Topgolf, Brabus, refine their social media strategies on YouTube and other platforms, but mainly YouTube, because that's something that I understand to the core, how it works on YouTube. And they were using their marketing engine, like their YouTubes, to make more money because they were selling crazy expensive stuff. So it was really worth it for them. But I also understood at the time that, hey, for YouTube to be actually a good long-term thing or business, you have to treat it as a business. You have to also know how to pair it with something that will make money for you, in a sense that even though you make money from AdSense and you get paid for sponsorships, you still have something that is like a business that you're building, and that can benefit straight up from the attention you are getting. So that's something we're gonna discuss a lot on this channel. But just want to let you know, no matter how tough the story is, you're gonna have an amazing story to tell tomorrow. Just don't give up. Just don't give up. Like, it's you are close. You are very close. And look at when I had one of my videos blow up for me. It was literally just 1 month before I couldn't pay my rent anymore. And had I even had a different mindset on how to build a YouTube channel, I wouldn't have actually built or put myself in a position to have to rely only on views, in the first place. But hey, that's my story. And I think that most people that actually start YouTube come in YouTube with that mindset of them having to make their living off of, YouTube, AdSense, and sponsorships, not from a point of view of a business person, But with that being said, guys, what is your story? Where are you at right now? Just be totally honest. Comment, let us know where you're at right now. What's your story? Are you studying? Are you at work? Are you in a job that you don't love? Are you and also, what is your channel about? What is your niche? What are you into? Let us know in the comment section. And to all those that are having an issue actually committing to YouTube committing to YouTube long term, join the WhatsApp group I made, because it's a safe space for you guys to simply motivate each other and be motivated by each other, because consistency is actually what kills most YouTube careers. Like if you do YouTube long term and you are consistent, the chance of you succeeding is very, very high. But most of the time, people actually just stop somewhere and just forget about it. And that's why they fail, because you never actually fail until you stop. That's the thing. And with that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in. Have a nice day. Sky's the limit.